guys, it's Iowa here again. I'm going to bring you a nice guide on the attack that you're not using that you probably should be, and that is GoVaHo, or variations of it. And the reason I say that is because I don't see many people using Valkyries right now. They're gaining more popularity in Clash, but really the only players I'm seeing using them are in the top end clans. I've been in several arranged wars, and I've visited a couple other top level clans, and in those wars the guys are using them. But when I random match, when the Chiefs random match with other clans, hardly nobody's using them. And if they do use them, they're not using them right. So this guide's going to be pretty good for you guys. I'm going to show you, I'm going to break down different base types. If you look at this base here, this is kind of a symmetrical internet type of base. I don't know that I've seen it before, but it's pretty symmetrical. Not that great of a base, I'll admit. We'll go through that. But most of the attacks I'm going to show you are on the newer, well-designed bases by the top-end clans. The meta bases or the anti-3-star bases. So I'm going to go through that. We got an Archer Queen walk. We've got, using 4 valks. We've got using 6, 7 valks. And I'll kind of break down how to use all those as we go. And one thing I want to get off first is why trust good old Iowa here to talk to you about valks. This is going to be a little bit of a humble brag, I will admit, but I've mentioned before that I was an elder at Crystal Warrior for a while when Gaddy HH was there, before the meltdown. And we had set up an arranged war with One Hive. This was back when everybody got excited about arranged wars, and it was a great one. But Jake, if you look back on his recap of the war, he admits that, wow, these guys destroyed us with valks. We were doing things with them that not many people were doing. I'm not going to say that we were the first ones to do GoVaHo, because we weren't, and I'm not going to say that we're the best, because maybe we're not, but we did, we were, using it back then, and I've been using it for a long time since. So I do have a lot of experience with them, and so I'm going to break down some of the, minor things that you should be looking for and doing as you come across these bases. So anyway, this base, I'm going to sketch a couple of attacks. I'm going to sketch one on this, and then I'll sketch one more, and then the rest of the attacks I'll just kind of put the replay going, and we'll talk through them. Like I said, a lot of attacks, a lot of content. Stick with it, guys, because you'll like this. So if you look at this base here, it's not very good. You can kind of tell where the double giant bombs are. There can only really be in 2 locations, there, and probably Tesla's there as well. And the thing you want to do on any GoVaHo attack is you want to try to come from an entry point where you can set off a double giant bomb set or 2 or more, and also kill the enemy Archer Queen and Clan Castle. Those are musts. You must do that on your GoVaHo attacks, or you're going to fail. So what Eloah on this attack, he's going to come in from the northeast side. He's going to set 2 golems there, and then he's going to put his wizards on the corners to set the funnel. Valkyries need a big funnel. If you don't create a big funnel for them, they're going to go walking around the base on you, and your attack's probably going to be over before it even started. And then he'll drop his Archer Queen there, and he's going to let everything develop, take out some of the buildings before he releases the Barb King and the Valks. He's going to put a jump spell right in this location. That'll bridge him from the outside to the core, and also across those double giant bomb sets. The golems and everything will suck in there. Okay, now what he's going to do is, let me back out. He's going to keep the Valkyries up. One of the things you want to do with Valks is if you put a heal on them, they're pretty tanky little gals. They're not going to go down real easy with the heal spell on them. So he's going to jump them in there. He's going to rage and heal. The enemy Clan Castle will engage, and he puts the poison down as well, I believe. And they're just going to shred. Valkyries under a heal and rage, they're wild women. They go crazy swinging the maxes. They take things down very quickly. They also run to heroes. If the hero starts aggroing onto your troops, the Valkyries are going to go over there and they're going to chop them up. So great little troops. So that's what the game plan is for the core. Now when all these defenses, like these things, are sitting there shooting in at your troops in the core, that's when you want to start your hogs surgically around the outside, about 3 per defense. And he also brought a giant in there. to tank. If you get an area where it's a little too far away from the core where your troops aren't going to be targeting the core, that's when you drop a giant down to tank. That leaves him one heal spell, and he's going to put that heal spell right in the 9 o'clock area to cover that second set of double giant bombs to keep his hogs up. They're going to trip them one at a time the way that this is set up, the way he comes in at this base. And then it's good night. We'll get into the replay. You can see it all happen, and then like I said, we'll get into the rest of the attacks. Okay, so he's going to start off here dropping his golems to get the funnel going. And you can see there that he's going to have his 7 whiz or 8 whiz on the outside of the base. Mention the funnel, so important. You have to get the wide funnel. Your raid will be over if you don't. Drops the archer queen. That's one thing you want to drop the archer queen in the middle. Set the whiz out to the side and let the archer queen do the work in the middle. And if you notice, he's just letting everything kind of take out those layers before he drops the jump spell. Now he's got the jump spell going, and this was a first attack, so he didn't know what was in the clan castle. So he pauses and waits for a minute before he drops the Barb King and the Valks. He wants the clan castle to engage his golems first and not the Valkyries. So he's got the rage and the heal and the poison all going on the troops there. Then he sends the hogs from the bottom right hand side. Gets the rest of the hogs going there. Sends a giant just to tank for that archer tower and stuff up there, and gets the rest of the hogs going. He does have the one heal spell like I mentioned, save for that double giant bomb location there, and they're going to trip it one at a time. Boom, heals all the hogs back up, still under heal, and then he's got plenty of hogs. I mean, he loses a few to Springtrap there, but plenty of hogs to clean up. And one thing you want to do too, if you can, save a whiz for cleanup. Sometimes I get in the middle of a fight and I forget about it, but it's nice if you can save a wizard or two for cleanup. Okay, so we'll get into this second skitch. If you look at this base, one of the things I do when I first encounter a base is I look for, how easy is it to take out air defenses, where's the double giant bombs, where's the queen located, all those things to take into consideration on what attack I'm going to do. If you look at this one, there's a lot of double giant bomb locations, several. They can go lengthwise, all sorts of different spots here. So my plan of attack was to do the Valkyries on this, and I'm going to enter from about 6 o'clock. I'm going to put a golem here and a golem here to tank. I'm going to put some whiz and minions up on the sides so I can funnel my troops straight into the core. And the thing I noticed about this base to exploit, if you look right around the clan castle, I'm going to put my earthquake spells right there. Earthquake spells are 8 tiles wide, and that's an 8 tile wide thing. So I zoom in and I place it dead center there, and that's going to allow me access to this much of the base. Huge variety of the base just for putting those earthquake spells right there. I get access to probably 60% of the base, maybe 55, whatever the percent is, but big value. So that's why I opt to go with the earthquake spells here over a jump or 2 jumps, what have you. So anyway, I set the my golems there, and I also send a test wall breaker. This was a first attack. I send a test wall breaker there just to make sure there was no bombs or spring traps, and then I send the rest of the 3 there. And then once my troops bust into the core, I'm going to put the poison spell for when the clan castle engages, and then I rage and heal them. And I do this on a lot of Valkyrie attacks. Some guys don't do the rage, they just put a heal spell on them. But when you do the rage and the heal, a lot of times your heroes will also get the benefit of this. They'll suck up in there. Your Barb King will get up in there. He's going to rage. He's going to get healed up. So it keeps the heroes in the fight longer. And like I said before, once some Valkyries are under rage and heal, them little gals, they just shred stuff. So let me back out a little more. I brought 14 hogs on this. I'm not going to have any heals for my hogs. I'm going to put the 14 hogs on the northeast side coming in there. And if you look, I have 4 loons. I'm going to put them on the bottom left mortar and cannon, and they're gonna path up, and I'm gonna be able to take out the archer tower, and all this stuff in the middle is gonna be gone. I'm gonna wait to do this till them air defenses and things are gone, and then my loons, my theory in planning this was if there's no traps, they're gonna path up there and path over to the cannon. That way, if my hogs happen to catch a double giant bomb up here or something and they don't make it, I still have my loons to take out a lot of the base up there. So that was the thought. First attack, like I said, that's the power of Valkyries on this, and we'll get into the replay and you can see how everything shakes down. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get into that replay. Get this going. And I dropped my earthquake spells first. I didn't want to forget about them later, so I zoomed in nice and tight and did a precise drop because they're 8 tiles wide, so I wanted to make sure I got full use so I could break into all those compartments. And I get my, my golems and the kill squad funneling in, getting the funnel nice and set. I dropped 1 wall breaker as a test wall breaker to make sure that there was no spring traps or bombs or anything, and then I dropped the other ones to send me into the core there. I'm going to let my golems get out in front of the Valkyries and in front of the Barb King. I don't want the clan castle to target my Valkyries and my Barb King. The loons can do a lot of damage to Valks. If that's one thing, if they got a clan castle full of loons, it can hurt you there. So anyway, you can see that Teslas are popping, everything's popping, and it's kind of hard to make out in that big wad of stuff there, but I raged, healed that like I mentioned earlier, and everything's just kind of going to town. The Valkyries are still in there chopping wood, and they kind of peter out here in a second. There's just too much DPS raining in on them. And then I'm going to get my hogs going. Right at 3 o'clock, you can see my Archer Queen has taken out that whole compartment, tripped a bomb there, which is money. The Barb King, or one of his, the barbarians from when I hit his ability, tripped a bomb up top about noon, and then I get my loons going down below, and you can see they're pathing just like I wanted them to, and I end up with a whole wad of hogs left, and now it's just cleanup time. All the defenses are down, everything's down. It's just cleanup. And if you notice, I didn't have any heals for my hogs. That's another thing with this version that I did. A 2-jump GoVaHo or the earthquake spell. A lot of times you're not going to have heals, but it's not as big of a deal because you're going to have all the defenses are going to be targeting into the core when you send them in. Let me get the next one going. There, Max. Mac does a GoVaHo in this war too, and you can see his troop composition is 1 jump, 3 heals, and then 6 Valkyries, more hogs. He's going to come in at 9 o'clock. Set a nice wide funnel there. I don't remember if this was a first or a second attack. I believe it was a cleanup attack. I think he knew there was a couple set of giant bombs there between the mortar and the air defense. And so, like you said, he's doing the same thing. He lets them golems get out ahead before he drops his Barb King and the Valkyries down. Puts a nice jump spell right about the Wiz Tower and the Expo. Gets everything going in the middle there, and then heals them. He didn't rage him. I like to rage him, but this works just as well. The Lava Hound poses no threat, to your Valkyries, so no need to really blast through there a lot. And the nice thing about Valks too is they suck into the heroes. If there's a hero in there targeting your troops, they'll kind of run right over and then take them out. So that's a benefit of having them. And then your actual heroes last a little bit longer in the fight. You can see he's getting the hogs going. He's got he had 2 heal spells left for the hogs, and he got them going about 6 o'clock. Just kind of putting them in there as they go around. He's still got a big wad of them left for those, 4 defenses that are left up top. Still got Queen at pretty much full health. Used her ability just to rage through that, take down any more defenses, and then, it's it's just cleanup time too. So we'll get this and fast forward. Mac likes using the valks a lot too. There's kind of just a subset of us that are kind of valk honks, and we'll take it. All right, good attack, Mac. Okay, this next attack is by Space Ghost, and in this one you can see he's bringing 7 Valks, 15 Hogs. He's going to bring 3 Golems, and the reason he's bringing 3 Golems is he's going to have more of the base open to him. With the 4 Earthquake spells, the way this base is lined up, it's going to open him up into a lot of the base, so he just wanted a little bit more tanking power. And you can also see he came in from the 3 o'clock area. Didn't know where the giant bombs were. Around that queen, there's a lot of open space, so figured probably a Tesla farm or double giant bombs, and so that's why he's sending coming in from 3 o'clock that way. You can see the enemy clan castle had a bunch of loons in it, so he waited until the golems aggroed the clan castle and then sent his Valkyries in, because loons can be dangerous to your Valks. And if you look at his hog placement starting up top, notice the cannon, it's shooting in the middle. Then the whiz tower about 11 o'clock is going to start shooting in the center, and then he's going to put the hogs in. So it's all about timing those hogs when the defenses start shooting into the core, and they take very little damage. Like I said, he did not have a heal spell for these hogs either, because he used it on the kill squad, on the main push with the Valkyries and the heroes and the golems. And he did put a giant down to tank a little bit. He probably dropped it a little bit too early, but it doesn't matter. He's still got a lot of hogs left ripping through the base. Heroes are both at pretty much full health, and again, that's the benefit of raging and healing that kill squad as they come through. So now it's just cleanup time. He's just gonna work the base. He still had 4 or 5 hogs left. So nice attack, Space Ghost. So if you guys are gonna open up a lot of base, consider maybe bringing a golem so you can take out more of the base and the core tanking. Okay, going to bring you another pretty attack by Eloah here. This one he's going to do an Archer Queen walk mixed with 2 jump spells. He's going to start the Archer Queen up at noon and walk her down the left hand side there, and then he's going to bring his 2 golems and the rest of the kill squad there by them mortars on the upper right hand side, the northwest side there. If you look at the base, look where the Archer Queen is. She's all the way down at the bottom. That's why he's bringing 2 jumps, because he's going to skirt the whole base and get the Valkyries down there to take her out. So a big part of the base to chew off, and you can see the Lava Hound does him favors. Lava Hounds are good for Valkyries in the clan castle because they don't do anything to them. Basically, it just slows your queen down. And well, his queen is over there on the left hand side, and now that Lava Hound's just going to sit and hit little points on anything. It don't matter. It's basically out of the fight. So he has a jump spell going. He's got the heal spell going. The Valkyries are sitting under a heal right now. There's lots of stuff raining in. You got the Expo going. And if you notice there, the Expo's targeting the middle. And then now he's sending the hogs. He's not waiting too long. And he gets his second jump to get into the queen. The Valkyries went over there, took her out. And now he's got the rest of the hogs going in there. Had 1 heal for him up there. Queen's at full health, still working across. King's still in the fight. Still has the ability left on the queen too. And the hogs are just working their way across. That second jump also allowed the golem and the Barb King to take out the second set of giant bombs. So he's eliminated both giant bombs, and now most of the defenses are down. One of the Teslas in that Tesla farm up top got left, and the hogs are heading up for it now. But beautiful attack, man. Good job, Eloah, getting that done. And he's done a couple of these now. Eloah's been doing a couple of queen walks mixed with the GoVaHo, so I'm going to start getting on that bandwagon and doing more of that. Swag drops the poison in the middle and just crushes the base. So we'll move on to our next attack. Okay, this is an attack I did when I was with Rising Honor. I came over there for a setup war with Semper Invicta just recently. Great war, but anyway, I come in from about 8 o'clock. I send my 2 golems down to set the nice wide funnel. And if you look at my troop composition while that funnel gets created, I brought 8 loons on this one. I went a little heavier on the loons because a lot of the air defenses are going to get taken out in this fight early. And so I break in with some wall breakers, and then I get going. My one golem gets stuck on the outside, so I sent my Barb King and Valks a little early because I didn't want my one golem. You see the max CC golem was disappearing, so that was not intentional, but I did send them earlier than I normally would. I normally hold off on those, but I rage, heal, and use the poison all in the core. That keeps my Valkyries up, keeps my Barb King up. I set off double giant bomb. I also sent 5 hogs at 11 o'clock through there, and there was going to be nothing targeting them. So I wanted to pop the double giant bomb that I thought was by that expo. It didn't end up being one there, so it worked out anyway. You see my Valkyries and stuff went over and along with the Barb King took out the enemy Archer Queen, and so that was good. And now I send in the loons. No air defenses left to shoot them down, so I send all 8 of those in and get the remaining 5 hogs into the fight as well. If you look at my heroes, I still got a lot of hero health. The Barb King's starting to take it from the Tesla there, but have a lot of troops left for cleanup. I did save a few cleanup whiz to drop up top to start on them heavy HP buildings up there, and now it's just cleanup time. So again, I've said it over and over, I repeat myself a lot, but this was a first attack, so the Valks, they provide room for error. It's a good way to go. Okay, so the last attack I'm going to show you, I was sitting over at Kara Heroes for a couple wars. They were nice enough to let me hang out for a little while. They beat us in a war, so I decided I'd be friendly with them and go there. You can see I dropped 2 loons on these cannons, 1 on each one. Get a 1-for-1 trade. I thought that was a good trade. And then I'm setting a nice wide funnel. Going to come in at 9 o'clock with my kill squad. I'm only bringing 4 Valkyries on this attack. I'm not going to take out much of the base. I'm basically substituting my 4 Valkyries for a golem. This is kind of like a stone GoVaHo, only I'm using 4 Valkyries. And the purpose of this is for them Valkyries to get up there and take out the enemy Archer Queen and anything in between there. The King is kind of straggling along, so I wanted to save a little bit of King health and everything because I knew in the core that they're in that center box around them air sweepers there was 4 Teslas. Knew this going in. This was a cleanup attack, and so I wanted to save the King maybe to get in there, and then I saved 3 heals back for the rest of my hogs. And you see I got them going, started at up top, and then I'm rotating them clockwise around the base. You still see my Archer Queen's got pretty full health there. The golems are in the middle still tanking for them Teslas, and the hogs are working their way around the base, and I still have a heal left for them down there where they are going to set off a giant bomb. Alright, it's just cleanup time now. Guys, thanks for sticking with this guide. I know there's a lot of information in there, a lot of content, a lot of stuff I probably couldn't cover in just a 20-something minute video, but give it a try. Give GoVaHo a try. Up your Valkyries. You will like it. It is a powerful attack, and if you guys have any sweet attacks, let me know about them. I'd love to, maybe if I get a chance, come watch some of them. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you try this attack style out.